Hello, world. I originally wrote this down, and because so, I have to put on my reading glasses so I can read it to you. So ignore the old man glasses. I feel broken and triggered. And since I don't have anyone who understands triggers and how to help someone through them, I decided I had to read this and make this video. Knowing that it would be out there and the world would see it made me feel very vulnerable and remorseful. I already felt remorseful because I've already worked through my guilt and shame. However, recent triggers have dragged me backwards a few strides. Strategies I've used to work through these triggers are breathing exercises, finger tapping, recognizing my physical signals, and for me that appears as anxiety and can even be like a display of jealousy, an overwhelming rush of emotion. If you've ever gone through puberty, you know exactly how that feels, and not knowing what to do with your emotions and how to resolve how you feel. And, as clinically stated, analyzing the underlying cause without passing judgment upon yourself. Excuse me, myself. Instead, I feel remorseful of my past. I'm terribly regretful and sorry for the pain I caused my ex-wife. That's why I wrote this down. I am so sorry for all the ways I let her down and that I couldn't fulfill my promises to her, despite my attempts to guard myself. Excuse me. Despite my attempts to ground myself in the moment and identify my feelings, recognizing that they are real emotions, I failed to remind myself in a convincing manner that I am safe. I know my happiness didn't belong on the shoulders of another person. I've sought the help of a professional, a good man, and I'm doing my best to work through it all. Which leads me to what started all this. A former coach that was once trying to help us repair our marriage asked me a question a couple of days ago that brought up a lot of feelings, some very heavy emotions. Across the board, I felt everything that I have ever labeled and described as something I felt. He asked me, "How are you doing?" I sat and I thought about the question. I know how deeply he understands emotions. There are some that will go through their entire lives and not truly be able to understand their own emotions and how to validate them. This man is the Albert Einstein of identifying human emotions. So it hit me much harder than even when a friend asks, "How are you doing?" I lost my wife, and I share the custody of our children. Before life blew up, I had the absolute audacity to look up into the sky and say these words: "I really have it all." And I meant it. Looking back, I see that I was really super in love with myself. I couldn't do anything wrong. I was awesome. I came first. I had it all. If anyone knew anything, I had to be the one that knew it. If there was a center of attention, it needed to be me. I was number one. I mattered, and everyone needed to know it. When I was a child, I dreamed of being an astronaut. The idea of adventure in space gave the young version of me such a thrill and innocent purpose. As I look back at these dreams now, they feel haunting. I have tried to build a description of how I feel. I've used apps, feelings, wheels, colors, tastes, smells, degree of physical joy and suffering, all to no avail. How am I doing? I'm an astronaut, but I am without a ship. I have no station, and I have no tether. I can't see the blue marble. All I can see is what I can't see, the complete blank of space. All the stars that I'm trying to see represent the people I love, but I can't see them. I know they're out there somewhere. They're out of reach. They can see each other. They carry on. They still shine bright, but I'm so far out of the way, I can't see them. I was simply going to respond to the question, "How are you doing?" with the word lost. But somehow that word didn't have or carry the exact meaning. Unlike the one who asked the question, I still struggle with expressing my emotions. So I am floating in the void with no tether. If I had sails, there'd be no wind, and everything feels unknown. I feel the most vulnerable that I've ever felt right now. The world knows that I am not number one. I am greatly struggling to love myself. Forgiving myself is right now nearly out of the question. I can no longer be gentle with myself as I'm often told to do. Over 7 years, I heard that repeatedly from many different counselors and coaches. I am overcome with a distilled and overwhelming feeling of remorse, one that I thought I would never feel. I know things will never go back to where they were. I know I've lost everything that I had. Yes, I still have my sons. I have not forgotten that. I'm just trying to express my feelings. I failed many people. I failed my wife. And I know I need to do better. I want to be useful, but silently. I don't want this recognition of a spotlight for anything anymore. I know I need to do more than just float with no tether, but I don't know how. So I guess this is where I begin. I'm going to start trying to find the light. Those lights that were so far out of reach. I know I do matter, but I don't need to matter. How am I doing? I guess we'll find out. You don't need to stick around, but if you do, that's fine too. Good night, world.